Hey everyone, and welcome back. You're locked in to another deep dive with yours truly. And today we're going deep on something a little different. A song, actually.
Oh, intrigued.
Yeah, it's called Into the Neverending.
Okay.
And get this, it's inspired by a classic fantasy novel you might have heard of, The Neverending Story.
I see where we're going with this.
Exactly. We're going to unpack how this song takes everything we love about the book and spins it in a way that speaks to, us here and now.
Reimagining those themes for a modern audience.
Exactly. Hit the nail on the head. So to kick things off, let's jump right into the first verse.
I gotta say, that opening line, step into a world beyond the page, it just grabs you.
It really does. So clever. Right?
Yeah.
Like it literally connects reading the book or listening to the song with entering this whole other world.
Right. And it's not just any world, it's one full of dreams, belief, magic, all that good stuff that makes you want to keep, turning the page.
It's like the songwriter understands exactly what draws us to these kinds of stories in the first place. Totally. And then boom, the chorus hits us with Into the Neverending, where legends are born. This is where it gets me every time. It's like so simple, but so powerful.
Absolutely. It taps into this deep fascination we have with stories. Like, where do these legends come from? Where are they born? Well, the song's telling us it's in this never-ending realm of imagination.
And there's a sense of hope too, right? Like
Yeah.
no matter what challenges you face, weather the storm, it says. There's always that dawn's first light waiting.
And it's not just about passively observing either, right? There's that direct invitation, take my hand, don't be afraid, drawing the listener in, making them part of the journey.
It's like we're being pulled into the story ourselves.
Exactly, becoming part of the adventure.
Now let's move on to the second verse where things get even more vivid. We've got a warrior's call, a dragon's flight, a friend by your side in the dark of night. It's like boom, boom, boom. These images just hit you one after another.
And each one so carefully chosen, they all link back to the book, you know? The hero's journey, facing challenges, the value of courage, and of course the importance of friendship. It's all there.
And then we can't forget the nothing looms, which, for those who know the story, sends chills down your spine.
Because the nothing, right, represents that creeping despair, that loss of imagination that's always threatening to engulf us.
And the way the song puts it, like you have these images of action, of fighting, and then this looming presence of the nothing.
It's brilliant, right? It creates this tension, this back and forth between hope and despair, courage and fear.
And thankfully, the song doesn't leave us hanging in that darkness. It goes on to say, but courage stands with hope and fire in our hands. Not just, courage exists, but courage stands actively resisting.
Such a powerful image. And it's a reminder that we have a role to play in this battle against the nothing. We have to actively fight for belief, hold on to hope, and keep that imaginative fire burning.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, moving to the bridge, I think this is where things get really interesting. The perspective shifts. And suddenly the song's talking directly to us. We are the dreamers, the seekers of old, it says.
It's acknowledging this long line of dreamers and seekers who came before us, and we're part of that lineage now.
And you picked up on something I found really interesting, too. There's this hint of, I don't know, maybe melancholy in the way it talks about seekers of old. Like, is the songwriter suggesting that this yearning for something more, this searching for meaning in stories, is fading?
That's a really insightful observation. It's almost like a warning, maybe, a reminder to not lose sight of that childlike wonder, that ability to believe in something beyond ourselves.
And that's where that next line comes in. AI-lig's heart, a child's might, keeps Fantasia's spirit burning bright. Right?
Yeah.
It all comes back to the importance of holding on to that childlike spirit, that sense of wonder. It's what keeps Fantasia alive. It's what keeps imagination alive.
And it makes you think, how do we keep that spark alive in ourselves? Maybe by revisiting those stories that captivated us as kids, listening to music that moves us, engaging in creative pursuits that ignite our passions.
Exactly. We got to find those things that remind us of what it feels like to truly believe. And then the final chorus hits us one last time, like this powerful echo of everything we've just discussed.
It's like a final reminder of the song's core message, the never-ending power of stories, the importance of imagination, the need for courage and hope.
In the outro, oh man, it leaves you fired up. So turn the page and write your line, in this world where hope and courage shine. It's like a call to action, right?
Absolutely. A challenge to take all that we've absorbed, all those themes of hope and courage, and use them to write our own stories, to make our own mark on the world.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Neverending, I got to ask, what kind of story will you write? What world will you create? Keep those questions in mind as you go forth. Thanks for joining us on this one, folks.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
And keep dreaming.
You got it. See you all soon.